All right, Bonnie, the floor is yours.
Oh my goodness. I am so excited to be here. Like David said, gosh, it has been a couple, 3 months ago now. I met several of you, I think, at the event that we had in Birmingham, and was able to just learn so much about your field and really see boards in action. And David and you guys have done such an amazing job with how you use your system of growth on boards, and it was so inspiring. I've been in this industry for 20 years, and I was in the field as a leader with a network marketing company for 15 years before I transitioned to the corporate side of things and eventually came over to boards. And when I learned boards, when I interviewed with boards, and when they showed me what it was, all I could think of was, oh my God, if I had had something like this when I was a leader, if I had had something like this when I was building my business, then it would have been such a game changer. It would have saved me so much time. I would have gotten so many hours of my life back, because I would have been no longer been an admin. I would have been just focused on taking the action. And we know that taking the right kind of action is what produces results and builds an income in your business. And so I'm very passionate about how boards can support you all in doing that. And so what I'm gonna ask you to do, first of all, I'm gonna drop a link in the chat, okay? I want everybody to enter to win. I'm gonna be giving away a couple of free months of Boards Business, which is like our primo plan that we have. So I'm going to be giving away 2 months of Boards Business. So 2 people a month each. If you already have Boards Business because you're like on it, then you can gift it to whoever you like. When we hit 150 people, I'm going to give away 3 months of Boards Business. So 3 different people will get a month each of our Boards Business plan. So you guys enter to win, and whoever wants to grab that link, just keep throwing it in the chat to make sure people see it as they come in and they get it, and I'll try to do that as well. But once I start talking, I get pretty excited and passionate, so I don't want anyone to miss out. So just keep sharing that link. And the other thing I'm going to go ahead and share, so you have it, I absolutely will share it again, but I'll put it in the chat, is our support link. This is a different link than what is on the website. And let me just actually qualify what it is before I share it. So this is a different link than what's on our website, and it gives you preferred support, and you just want to be sure that you fill out that information that it asks for. It's going to go directly to the people that are going to help you. So if you do have any technical difficulties with something, right? And you're not sure, is it the app? Is it user error? Is it my phone? Is it the app? What is it? Then they are the ones that will help you with that. They are geniuses with that. So I want you to have access to that, and I'll reshare those again throughout, but I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there because I get it. Anytime we deal with tech, it doesn't matter how amazing the tech is, inevitably we have questions, right? And we're like, what is this? And how do I do this? So without further ado, I'm going to jump in. I'll be sure to check the comments and things as well. And I have to just pop up my little friend here. This is, I always joke and say, this is what I looked like when I was in the field. Hold on one second. This is what I look like when I was in the field a lot of the times, because I was everywhere, in my phone, in my notes, in my in my pictures, looking for things for me to share. When I wanted to create a post, I was going into my notes to grab the text that I had typed out for the post, or the idea that I had, and then I was going through all my pictures or my albums trying to find the image I wanted to use, or the video that I had recorded. And I don't know if you guys can relate to that. Maybe not, because you guys have the system of growth, but we know that it is such a drain of our time and our resources. And so the beauty of boards is that you will have everything that you need. The scripts, the links, the images, even the PDFs, even the videos, like all the things that you need ready to go right at your fingertips. That is the beauty of boards. So before I get any deeper into this, I want you guys to tell me in the comments. We have 119 people on this call right now. Let me know, give me a 1 if you feel like you are a boards pro. I use boards every day, I got it. Give me a 2 if you're like, I'm on it, but not sure. Give me a 3 if you're like, what? Do you mean like a bulletin board? What is boards? I've heard of it. I haven't used it. Oh, we're coming in hot and fast. I got a lot of 2s, got some 3s. Okay, all right. So I'm going to hit the basics here, especially if we have people that watch this in the replay that might be those 3s that they're like, what the heck is this, right? So we're going to hop right in. And I'm going to give you some basics to kick off, just so we're all on the same page about what this app is and what it does and how it supports you, okay? So every board looks different, but this is just in general, this is an example of what a board can look like. The board is your digital hub. It is where everything lives, your scripts, your images, links, and resources, trainings. Think of it like a filing cabinet. Every board contains everything you need for a specific purpose, kind of like your system of growth is designed just for that. It is a board that helps you grow your business, right? Inside a board, we have folders, and that folder is going to keep everything neat and organized. Folders help you find what you need fast, so you're not digging through old notes or, areas that you don't need to find something. Text is a pre-written message that you can send in seconds. You guys have optimized the heck out of text in the system of growth. So you don't have to type anything out. You just tap it, you preview it, and you send it instantly through any messaging app. So anywhere you can send a text message, you can use text, all right? And of course, you can customize that text before sending as well if you want to add their name or if you need to change a date or whatever the situation may be. Images are just that. It's a photo, graphic, or a product picture. It's ready to share. So like I said earlier, no more scrolling through your camera roll. You just tap and send directly from boards. And then we have links. So this is a quick way for you to have a saved website, a video link, or a resource link immediately at your fingertips. Voice memos are recorded messages that you can send to add a personal touch. So let's say, for instance, you get a constant question about one of your products. You can probably think of a question immediately that people always ask you, right? And you want to give that personal touch. You can record a voice memo. You can label it. So instead of it saying welcome, it would say, reply to, Noni, blah, 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 that you get a question about all the time. And it is your voice recorded. You just tap it, you share it, you answer it. And that person on the receiving end gets that custom special experience. And then of course, you can also include PDFs. So you have your documents, your training guides, presentations that you're able to share instantly with a prospect or with team members. And then my personal favorite, which I think when we were together, David, several weeks ago, everyone was like, oh my God, when we talked about these, are pages. These are mini websites. And you can create them. Yes, you can create them, no matter how limited your tech experience is, for easy sharing and easy duplication. It's great for product details that have call to actions, for lead gens, for virtual business cards, for invitations to events where you can actually collect RSVPs in real time. You have one link that does everything, and you do not have to send multiple messages. I like to joke and say, all right, guys, it's so 2014 if you send someone a text and you've got like an image, and then you've got a description, and then you've got a link to order it, and then you've got this link over here to do something. Like, you can have everything on a page with boards, all right? So if you are a screenshot kind of person, you can screenshot this image here so you know what everything is. Folders keep everything organized. Text are your pre-written messages. Images are shareable product photos and graphics. You've got PDFs, links, voice memos, and those pages that are custom mini websites to help you streamline sharing and create a really beautiful experience for your prospects and
Bonnie,
for your customers.
Bonnie, are we supposed to be seeing your screen? Because we're not seeing anything.
Oh my God, how hilarious. Yeah, you're supposed to see my screen.
Oh, okay, we have it now.
So today I'm going to teach you about tech, even though I don't quite know how to use tech myself. Oh my God. So there's your screenshot there. All right, let me go through this really quick just so you get a visual because the visuals are important, okay? So this is a board. This is what folders look like. It literally looks like those old school manila folders. This is your text. This is how images appear on your board. This is how links appear. This is how voice memos appear when you record them. This is how PDFs appear. These are how pages appear. And then one more time, I'm going to pop up this so you can screenshot it. David, thanks for calling me out, man.
Well, everybody was asking. I thought, well, I think so, but we got it.
Yeah, I couldn't see the chat, so thanks for calling me out. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. All right, we good? Now I'm not trying to share, so I'm going to stop sharing for a second. All right, was that good, Rika? I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. Is that good?
I'm a little confused here because, okay, I'll give you an example that maybe you can help with what you just said.
Yep.
We're going to Canada with a big blitz. We've got an event in Calgary, an event in Victoria, an event in Parksville. I want to send them the invitation and an audio to personally invite them.
Yep.
So how do you use boards so I'm not doing Messenger because Facebook blocked me after sending out 60 invitations.
Gotcha.
So how would I do this in boards, and to which platform that they have am I sending it to?
All right, that's a great question. So with boards, you can use any platform to invite people that you like. So you can use Messenger, WhatsApp, Telegram, text, whatever. So we don't have any control over the fact that you get blocked after sending 60 messages. That's completely a Facebook thing. I don't know that it would be any different if you're using boards to do it, but I'm going to actually show you guys how to use boards, right? And then you can decide how you're going to utilize this in your business. So you're saving time with the copy paste, with the recording of the voice note, like all those things that you were doing in that process. You're going to be able to cut down on so much time in doing that. So I'll walk you guys through that. Okay. Perfect. All right. So now that I know that you guys didn't see that, all right. So let me give you guys a little demo here. I'm going to share my phone screen and I'm going to walk you through some of the different things that you can do on boards like we were talking about. So let me just share here my phone. All right.
Yep, we have it.
You got it. Okay, you can see it. All right. So first of all, if you do not have boards, you simply go to your, Google Play Store. You go to the App Store. If you have an Apple, you pull up the Boards app. I mean, this is what it's going to look like on your phone, and you need to download the app. That's the first step if you don't have boards. And you need to create your boards account, and you can create a free boards account. You will be prompted when you create a free boards account. You can opt in to a 14-day trial of our business plan. I'm going to show you what that is in a minute. So if you don't have boards right now, don't do that while I'm talking. You can do it afterwards. I'll show you the business plan. I'll show you the difference between the free plan and the business plan. So that way you choose what's best for your business based on where you are at right now. So you make the best decision for you. Okay. But if we go into boards, here is your amazing system of growth, of course, that you guys have used, that David had the beautiful concept of, that you put on boards, that I know has helped so many people earn so much money, right? So how many of you currently use the system of growth? Give me a 1 in the chat if you use system of growth. I love it. Oh my God, look, David, at those ones rolling in. I love it. Amazing. All right. How many of you have used the board's keyboard when you're utilizing the system of growth? Give me a 2 if you use the board's keyboard when you're sharing system of growth. Amazing. All right, somebody said they lost it. Okay, one with frustration, of course. Never could figure it out, don't know how. Okay, all right, so I know there's some people, Android and Apple are two different beasts. It has, unfortunately, nothing to do with boards. It's all about Android and how Android works, and Apple and how Apple works, and what their permissions are. But I have tutorials that I will share with you guys. I will drop it in the comments tonight before it's over, and it shows you exactly how to download and discover your keyboard, your board's keyboard. If you have an Android, if you have an Apple, it shows you exactly how to do it on your phone. And then Amy said she can help with Android too, but we've actually got tutorials for all of that. And in addition, while I have you here, I'll show you as well. If you click on account, you can go to video tutorials, and there are some getting started videos, installing the board's keyboard, sharing content with the keyboard, creating and sharing pages. So I have more tutorials that I will drop a link in for the in the comments here before we hop off tonight. But you actually have right in the app, you have a installing the board's keyboard, and it shows you how to do it with Android or with Apple. Denise, if you're talking about the free trial, you do have to opt in for the 14-day free trial when you create your account. So if you don't opt in and you choose not to, then that's it. Okay. All right. Okay. So we also have our help center link. We have boards for desktop and our community that you can join as well. All right. Okay. So let's look at some of the things that you can do with boards. So this is just an example of what a board can look like that you can create to give yourself lots of different options when you're taking action in your business. So one of the questions I'm seeing a lot about is pages. And David, I know that was something when we were talking before, pages were something that you guys were really like very interested in, right?
Right. We were very impressed with the use of the pages and how it could impact what we were doing.
Amazing. Okay. All right. So for those of you that don't know how to use the keyboard, let me show you that really quick, and then we'll dive into pages. So I'm going to go to Messenger here just as an example. And David, if there's anything you want me specifically, to talk about, then just make sure that that you share with me so I can mention it. So okay. Anywhere that you can send a text message, you can pull up your board's keyboard and you can share content from boards. So I have an Apple, I have an iPhone. So for me, in the bottom corner, you see that globe. And when I tap on that globe, it pulls up every keyboard that I have on my phone, including my board's keyboard. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap on that board's keyboard, and boom, it pops up the system of growth. So no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, you can access the content that you need. So if you want to share Slenderize, you have exactly what you need. Here's text scripts for drops. So if someone asks me, what are the drops? All I have to do is tap the screen. It auto-populates the response. I know I've heard David say when he gave his training, I was listening to David when I was in Alabama and you're training, you're like, don't change the script, send them as is. There's a method to this, right? So I'm not changing this. When someone asks me, what are the drops? I'm just gonna tap it, it's gonna populate, and then I'm gonna send it, okay? So that's how simple it is to use the keyboard, and you can access everything you need here, all right? I'm gonna show you, of course you can use it for social media posting as well, but I'm gonna show you another way you can access and use the social media posting too, okay? On your desktop, on your keyboard. So let's look at what pages do. So pages, like I said, are mini websites. I know, Susan, Android's not that simple. You got to write into Android and be like, you need to get it together. They need to get their life together. So if someone's used their phone number and email already, and they don't know how to log into their board's account with that, just have them reach out to support. That's the easiest thing to do. Any issues like that, have them reach out for support. That's the simplest thing to do. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do, because I want to create a page, what is something, David, that you feel like you guys are always like, I know you do live events, right? Like you guys like to do live in-person events, not just for your teams, but you also do events for people to try like Noni and different products, right?
Yes. Yep. We do.
Okay.
We do launch parties. We do trainings. We do Super Saturdays. We're always hosting some kind of event.
I love that. Okay. All right. So let's say that instead of me creating a graphic and having a text and it's all separate, that instead I'm going to create a page, and this page is also going to serve as my RSVP list. So in boards, I go to the home section. So I have all my boards listed. I have a ton of boards. You don't want as many as me. It's because I support everyone. I'm going to tap on create page. And when I tap on create page, we have templates that auto populate that you can choose from. So business cards, you guys want to have a link in bio, you can do that with boards. Events and parties, that plays into exactly what we were talking to. So if you want something that's already done for you, that you just go in and swap out the images or information, and it continues with sales, products, services, whatever. I'm going to start from scratch, and let's look at how we build this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give this website, that's basically what it is a name. So I'm going to call it Super Saturday. Okay. And then it is just as simple, guys, as adding a section at a time. So when I click add section, these are all the options. This is everything that I can add to my page, including content that is already on your boards somewhere else. All right. So let's say that I want to start with, let's say I want to do a profile, because I want to have an image and a headline and everything. Okay. So I'm going to click on add image. You can see all my crazy images. I'm going to do my flowers here just to be fun. Okay. And plus I'm really proud of my flowers because I worked really hard on them to make them look pretty, right? Okay, so I'm gonna say something like, join us for Super Saturday. And then I'm gonna put my description of event right here. So you guys like you can type in a little bit about it and what it is. All right, so that's my first part. And then I'm gonna add, let's say maybe, I could add a button that has a link. I could add a video, a PDF, whatever details I want to add. What I'm going to do that's going to be a game changer for you guys for invitations is you can create a form. So I can say RSVP here or taco here. That is so funny. I tease my husband. He has an Android, and I said, listen, Apple may be easier in a lot of ways, but at least when you type on your Android, it types out what you actually type and it doesn't autocorrect to something crazy. Okay, so I can say RSVP here, and then you decide the information that you want to get for this RSVP, their name, their number, their email address. Do you want them to leave a message? You know, like you might ask, like, how can we support you? Or suppress you. You might ask, you know, who is your upline, right? Because I want to know, like, who invited them or who is their upline. And then you can also add multiple choice questions. But here's where it gets really amazing. When I hit the next tab button, all of your responses will go to the email that you set up, but you can connect this to a Google Sheet. All you need is a free Gmail account, and you can connect it to a Google Sheet. And so what that means is now every response is going to go to this Google Sheet. So you will be able to see everyone who's RSVP'd for that event, and you will be able to see everything that you need to prepare. So whatever you're asking for. So now here's my page, and this is what it looks like. How cool is that?
I like it. So we could put a link in there to say, if somebody had to purchase a ticket for $25, you could put the link in there for to purchase it, or a link maybe to go and reserve a hotel room if it's at a hotel or something.
You can. So look, you can do checkout, And so it can be their ticket. And then you can put, you know, the description if you need, the price, how many total they can get, the information that you need to collect. So even think about sampling. You could create a sampling page for different products if that's compliant for you guys. You could have sampling forms that they fill out and you get their shipping address and all their information, and then you just connect it to PayPal. Now, when you do this on desktop, there's also an option for Venmo. So you can do a checkout with Venmo as well. You just need to do it on desktop. It'll be on the app soon, but you can do it with Venmo. So see, now I have a checkout. I'm going to continue. I didn't connect to my PayPal, so that's why it says that. So now join us for Super Saturday, RSVP. Here's your ticket for $10. And if I don't need their shipping or their phone number or email here, that's fine. But I might just do this instead of getting the information there. It doesn't matter. And then pay with PayPal, pay with credit card, boom. And you have everything you need right there, just right at your fingertips. How cool is that?
I like it.
But it can honestly be so much more than even just your events. I'm going to go into this selling section and of my demo board here. And so the Google Sheet will be labeled based on the name that you give the page. So that particular page, it will be Super Saturday. That is what the Google Sheet will be labeled. Okay. And so I want you guys to think big about how you can do this. Say it slowly for the people in the back. Yes, absolutely. I will do it again. And Gina, you are correct. This is a business plan option, and I'm going to walk you through that, okay? Hopefully now you're like, oh my God, but I got to have the business plan. All right. So yes, Sheila, that would be helpful for things that you need to ship. You can collect the payment directly on boards. It's all in a Google spreadsheet, so you see everyone, and then you can mark that you shipped it and the date you shipped it and the tracking number and everything, and you can keep up with everything on your Google Sheet where they filled it out, and you're going to get an email notification that they placed the order, right? Or that they made the payment. So it keeps up with everything, and it goes right into your PayPal, or like I said, on desktop, there's the option for Venmo, okay? So let's look. This is our network marketing board, which I'll share the link for this as well, because it's just a great example of how you might create a board for yourself, right? So you've got the system of growth, which everyone needs to be on and everyone needs to use, and you want to be sharing it with, you know, everyone that you recruit, okay? But you may go, well, Bonnie, I get my own like frequently asked questions. I get my own like common objections, you know, because I have a niche where I focus on this specific thing or whatever, right? Like, I don't know. So you might create your own board that you have for yourself. And this might be something it looks like. So I've got my opportunity scripts and objections and things right at my fingertips, including opportunity pages. So I can create a page about my company's opportunity where I share a little bit about my story, give them a high-level overview about the opportunity. Because think about this, what's something that tends to happen? Maybe not as much because you guys have the system of growth, but sometimes people get overwhelmed. We give them so much information that unless we can get them to a live event and they feel the energy and the excitement, right? Sometimes I call it, I am a proud elder millennial, and Mean Girls was my favorite movie when I was younger. And so I tell people, sometimes we just word vomit on people. And if it's via text, that's even worse, right? So you can create an opportunity page that gives them enough information to make an educated decision, but not so much information that they get overwhelmed, right? And then when you create this page, you can link it with pages to your phone number so they can text you. You could have a form on this where they ask questions. You could link it to your website where they can sign up. So this is the other cool thing that you can do with pages. Let's say there's a page that I like. You're like, Bonnie, I kind of like that opportunity page. So I'm going to, in the top corner, you see that box with a check mark in it? I'm going to tap that. I'm going to select this My Company Opportunity page because I want to make it my own. I'm going to click copy, and I'm going to add it to my personal board. It's called Bonnie's board. And I'm going to click add here. Okay. So now when I go to my own board, I'm going to see that page that was just on the other board right here, ready for me to customize. Okay. So now I can edit this page and I can tell my own story. I can make this story my own. I can change this picture. I can replace this image once again with my flowers. I'm going to make it my own. And then what I actually want to do here, it's fine if they want to text me, but now I'm going to take this link button that says start today and I'm going to change it. And now it's going to go directly to my website where they can join me directly. And now it's ready for me to share. All right, so I'm going to stop for a second because I'm seeing someone say overwhelmed in the comments. I get it. It's a lot. And if this is the first time that you're seeing this, it is a lot. So I just want to say, don't feel like you've got to learn everything right now in this exact moment. Number one, this is recorded. Number two, you're going to go on boards and you're going to play around and have fun with it. You're going to get your bestie and you guys are going to practice messaging each other and sending each other pages and having fun with it. And when you're in your boards app, you've got a ton of tutorials that are not long or overwhelming that show you how to do any specific thing that you would like to do. Okay. So David, is there anything glaring? Because you know your people. I know we got lots of people in here right now, but you know your people. Is there anything glaring that you're like, Bonnie, I feel like you need to do that again because they're going to need to see that again? Or Bonnie, I want you to talk about this thing.
Well, I think Pages to me was the most powerful piece of the puzzle that we weren't using. And so to me, that was really good. And yeah, I see a lot of people overwhelmed. Yes, it's a lot, but this will be on my YouTube channel tomorrow. It takes a while for this recording to upload to completely upload to my computer so I can edit it and put it on my YouTube channel, but it'll be there tomorrow. I'm looking at the link now so I can post it. But yeah, I would say, Bonnie, the pages, to me, that's gold. That is, I love it. Being able to collect payment for whatever. I mean, you can do, it's so versatile. You can do so much with that.
Right. Yeah, pages are a game changer. I'm actually grabbing my link really quick that I can use to share with you guys for the tutorials. So let me grab that really quick. And I'm going to drop it in the comments here so you guys have it. And I'm going to do this one more time. I'm going to show you guys. Let me put this in the comments. And I'm going to share these also with you, David, so you can even add it to your YouTube channel. You can just drop it in, in the description with these different, the links to support and the links to the tutorials. So everyone will have it that's watching this on your YouTube channel or in the replay. But let's look one more time. And I see some people asking for your YouTube channel.
I'm getting it right now.
You're going to be even more famous than you already are, David.
No, I'm not.
So tell me something, guys, that you feel like, okay, without this, I know I'm kind of opening Pandora's box here, but as we wrap up, tell me something that you might struggle with in your business. Tell me in the comments, what's something that you struggle with taking action on in your business? You know you need to do it, but it scares you, it freaks you out, and you don't necessarily do it. And then I'm going to pull up something else that I show you really quick that's cool. Just so I can hopefully blow your mind this whole time.
Somebody says trying to keep on top of hundreds of products. That's right. Being organized. Remembering who they talk to. That's a good one.
David, not products, prospects.
Oh, prospect. I was going to say products, prospects. My dyslexia.
All right. Okay, so let me show you guys this really quick. we actually have, so this is my Facebook page. We actually have a Chrome extension. So when I am going to do any kind of post on social media, I use the Chrome extension to do so. All right. Now, can you guys see in this top corner that B? That's in Chrome. It's to the right of facebook.com to the URL box. Can you see it, David?
Yes, we see it.
Okay. So you can download the Chrome extension in that boards tutorial link I sent, and I'll reshare it. It shows you how, but you also can literally Google boards Chrome extension and it will pop up. So it's very simple. And when I am on my desktop, laptop, whatever, I'm on Chrome and I click this, then it literally pulls up, whoops, I was somewhere else. It's going to pull up all the boards that you have, including your system of growth. So if we go back to Slenderize, social media posting, all right, week 1, this is what I'm supposed to do. Here's my 9 a.m. text. And maybe you're setting this up for your, like if you've got like, you know, like where you set the timer, so you schedule it or whatever. Look, day 1, 9 a.m. text. All I'm going to do is tap, look, and it populates. And then I'm going to go back. I'm going to grab my photo and it populates. And now it's ready for me to post and share. So I love the Chrome extension for that. And then of course you can go, if it still lets you do it. I don't think it does. You can tell it's been a while since I've like consistently posted on social for business. So I could go into my Meta Business Suite and do everything there if I wanted to set it up and schedule it, right? But it's all right there, easy, simple for me to be able to share from the board's Chrome extension. So this acts just like your keyboard when you're on your desktop, okay? All right, I'm gonna stop sharing and I'm gonna look at the comments here. Being no search function, Debbie. We know everyone wants it. We are working on it. And before I was part of the tech world, I would have thought, what's so hard about that? And then when they explained to me the fact that they have to basically redo the entire back end of the entire product to make it work, it takes a while. So they are aware and it is a priority and they are working on it. I don't have an ETA, but they know it's important for sure. You know what? Where have I been all your life? Just sitting here waiting for you. No, I'm joking. Okay, so let me really quick. I know we're gonna get some questions. But let me show you really quick about the 2 different plans, and then I'll dive in and I'll show any other, like I can demo other things or show you other things as we wrap up. Okay. So Boards has 2 different plans. Everyone can see my screen, right? I didn't screw that up.
Yes, yes, we see it.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So you see, we have our business plan, which allows you to copy, to customize, to do checkout feature, to have forms on pages, to create your own pages, to create your own board where you can put your own FAQs, where you can put your own, you know, your own scripts, you can do the voice memos. So I'm just going back, thinking about the question that we had earlier on Boards Business. You can have your own personal board. You can create that voice memo to invite people to that event that you want to invite them to, or to share with them about that product, and you're using your voice so it's personal. Save it on your board, go into Messenger, go into text. You can tap and it's going to upload that voice clip to send, and then you can tap and share the invitation to go along with it, or the boards page that has the details about it, whether it's the product or the event or whatever the case may be. Okay. So that's all the things that you get on the business plan. You can do everything, and it is literally less than what you would spend on a couple of Starbucks a month, right? I know we have people in the US and Canada, so I don't want to give an exact price because I know that obviously with the exchange rate it's different. but you can do this in your Google Play or in your App Store. You can also do it through boards.com, and boards.com will show you based on where you live the pricing. But we're talking less than what you spend on Netflix or Hulu or HBO Max or any of those different apps. You can have the business plan and you can have access to everything. If, however, you're like, Bonnie, that's great, but that's just not where I'm at. Like, I'm just still learning what this is and just dipping my toes in. And all that you need right now is the system of growth. You just need to be on that one board, and you don't want to be on any other boards. You don't want to create your own board or create your own content. You just want to follow that system of growth, and that's what you're focused on right now. The free plan is amazing for you because you will have access to all of the content on your system of growth board, and you're able to utilize it, learn from it, share it. You can share from your keyboard on the free plan up to 10 times a day. And I mean, let's be real, guys. If you're doing 10 reach outs a day every single day and you're brand new, that's pretty fantastic if you're using that keyboard for that. So you are golden if you are in that space and you feel like the free plan is good for you and you just want to be on the system of growth, then that is perfect. But yes, Amy, you're right. It is a write-off. It's a tax write-off. There's so much that you can do with it, and it is such a time saver. So the free plan, you go to boards.com or you just download the Boards app on your phone and you create a free account. It will prompt you, if you've never had a Boards account before, it will prompt you to opt into the 14-day free trial of the business plan. So if you want to take it for a spin, then you absolutely can do that. If you don't, you can just X out of that and you have a Boards account, and then you just get your upline to share the system of growth board with you, and you are good to go. All right. So I will tell you, so BACA, Becca, she's asking about a partner code group rate. So you actually you can get 40% off the monthly price of boards if you do the annual plan. So if you sign up for boards with the annual plan, it is 40% off the regular price of the monthly membership. Amazing. All right, David, anything else you want me to go over or show them or do again?
No, Susan, I see you keep raising your hand. No.
Sorry, I do. On the page, when you were talking about all of the different options, I just have create a page. I don't have all of those other option features, and I do pay for it. So okay. Am I missing it somewhere?
So normally when that happens, it's because there's maybe like a check and make sure there's not like a new version for you to of boards, because sometimes that can be it. Okay. And if you make sure that you have the newest version and that's not it, then just reach out to support.
Okay, because I just renewed it a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
So when you had that up there, I'm like, I just have the one option of create a page.
Right. Well, when you tap create, let me go back to it really quick, just because I know that we did a lot there. So when you go to create a page, 1 second, so I can share my screen again.
Yep, we got it.
All right. So when you're in boards, what you're seeing here are all the pages that I've created. Okay. So the only thing you'll see if you haven't created a page is just this create a page at the very, the very top. Okay. And then is this what you're saying you don't see, Susan?
Well, you said folders, text, images, PDFs, links, voice memos, and pages. So
okay. So if you're on the home section of your app, then you see whatever boards you have. Obviously it's different than mine. If you look at my screen right now, it's the very top of this screen you're looking at where it says create a page.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're not going to see all of this because these are my pages I've created. All you're going to see is that plus sign create page.
So all of those were in the create a page.
Yes, I made those
Okay.
pages. That's why you see them there, because I made them. So when you make pages, you'll see them there.
Okay, perfect.
Now you also, if I go into Bonnie's board, because it's my board that I own, and you see in the bottom corner, you see that plus sign. If I tap that, that gives me all the options of everything I can do on my board. These are all the things I can add on my board. And page at the very bottom is one of them. And it will also take me there.
Okay, so that's on my personal boards then.
Yeah, and
Okay.
exactly. And then these are the templates that are auto-populated by boards that, you know, are different images and colors and things, but you can choose to start from scratch. Yes, Ed, I see your hand. Sorry, I wasn't looking for hands earlier. So how can I help you, Ed?
Ed, you're muted. Ed, you have to unmute. I don't know. Ed, we'll come back to you. You got to figure out how to unmute. Luz, you have a question? You're saying you had to unmute.
Okay, unmute.
Oh,
Can
you
you
got
hear
it.
me now?
Luz got it. Sorry, we'll come to you in a minute, Luz.
Okay, so I just recently for Christmas, for a present, I got a thing called Smart Calendar, and I wanted to know. And I've been out of pocket for about 6 months or a year, and due to cancer. But anyway, I'm trying to incorporate and get back into the boards again. And I want to incorporate it on the smart calendar that you have hanging up there. You got the children, you got everybody, you got the grocery list, and everybody's on board with it. And I wanted to try to see if there's a place that I could call the home office and we could incorporate smart calendar into the boards.
So there's not going to be an integration option as far as like, you know, reaching out to us and that we would integrate it. But what you do have is when you're using your smart calendar, once again, anywhere that you can use the keyboard. So if you pull up your smart calendar like app, or if you go to the website for smart calendar and you log into your account.
Right.
If you go to the website for smart calendar, you log into the account, then you can use your Chrome extension for boards. And you can pull up all the information for boards, and then you can put it into your calendar. So if you're thinking about your partner co, let's say this, you know, on the System of Growth board, they've got like a calendar of events or whatever. Like you could copy that and put it into your smart calendar. I don't know if you guys have that. I'm just giving that as an example. I don't want to confuse anybody. If you are using it from your phone, anywhere that you can pull up your keyboard to type something on your phone, you can actually access the board's keyboard, and there's a tutorial for that. And that board's keyboard will give you access to everything on boards. But that's the only thing that we offer right now. There's no like integration with another product.
I think what really needs to be said here is that incorporating boards onto the calendar would go through what you just said on the Chrome, and I need to make a note of that. You said go to Chrome. What was that?
So it's called a Chrome extension.
Chrome extension. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. So you can Google boards Chrome extension. You can just Google it and it'll pop up. And of course you need to have boards and have a boards account and all of that.
Yes.
For it to make sense, for sure. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you. You've been very helpful, Bonnie. Thank you so much. Thank you, David.
You're so welcome.
All right, Luz, you have a question?
I do. Thank you. Thank you, David, for this. And
Yes,
Bonnie, that was a great presentation. So I have the boards. I have all kinds of things. I want to put them like in a folder, like organize them, because they're all kind of all over the place. So I want to, I'm just looking now. I want to put like, I just want to get a little more organized, because right now I just have, I know they can all go into one folder how do I do that?
Okay, so first, do you have the business plan?
Yes.
Perfect. And this is a board that you've created.
Yes.
Okay, so just so everyone's aware, I'm asking that because you do have to own the board in order to be able to organize it differently.
Right.
So I'll show you, I'm going to go into my board here. So if you look at the screen, and let's just say that I'm like, okay, I have the family and home folders and health and fitness and social, because I have all these things, right? That's just my life, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I want it to be better organized because this feels overwhelming when I go into my board. All right.
Yes.
So in the top corner, you see the box with the check mark in the top corner here of my screen or your screen. I'm going to tap that. I'm going to select everything that I want to put into one folder that I want to move and put somewhere different. I'm going to highlight them. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to highlight all these folders. And then do you see how at the bottom of the screen, there's the option to move, to copy, or to delete? So in this case, I'm going to click move. And then when I click move, you see at the bottom of the screen, it gives me the option to create folder.
Oh, yes.
So then I'm going to tap create folder. I'm going to label it. And then I'm going to click create folder. And then this is the last step. Now I've created the folder. Now I have to click move here. So now, and then I can just tap and hold down and I can move this wherever I want. So it's very intuitive, right? So now all those things are in personal, so it's more organized.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yep.
Because it was driving me crazy. I didn't know how to do that.
You got it. Yeah.
And I can one more question. I can add people.
You can. So if
if I wanted to.
Yeah, where it says members.
Yeah.
You tap that.
Okay.
And then you choose how you want to add people. So I can activate this link and I can share an invite link to add people. Okay.
Okay.
Or if I don't want to have a link floating around out there for other people to add people or whatever.
Right.
Then I can choose to add members via email.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
easy.
Just a quick note here, if you guys are creating boards for your teams or for people like to support them in growth, you do not want to restrict copying content or folder sharing, because that means they're not able to, like for instance, if you create an example of an invitation that I would use to invite someone to Super Saturday, or you create a page that is about Noni that I want, or Slender Eyes, and I want to be able to take that and copy it and add my link and make it my own. If you're doing it for your team, you always want them to be able to copy it, because that's how they're able to do what I just showed you, where you take it, you copy it, move it, and then you add your link and make it your own. Just a side note.
Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, David. This
Yes,
is
ma'am.
great. Thank you.
Risha, you have a question? You're muted, dear.
Yes, I do. Okay, so I understand that I can create a Super Saturday, and then I can create an audio invitation, right? And then let's say I choose Messenger as my platform. When I go to Messenger on my dear Samsung, there's no keyboard for me to access boards. So
Yes.
how do I get the information out of boards into my Messenger to blast it off to these people?
All right, so that's where that's where Androids are so much fun and having their completely different way that you activate the keyboard. So does anyone have that link? I'll grab it really quick if not, if someone doesn't have it, with the tutorials that I shared earlier. I'm gonna grab it really quickly if not, because I want you guys to have it. So that's where you're gonna follow that, and it'll show you how to download the keyboard, okay?
Okay, yeah, because I've tried it on so many occasions and it's just failed. So I actually I go into boards and I do a screenshot, I trim it, and then I copy it from my gallery into Facebook to do my posting.
Yeah, no, you don't have to do that. Now, I know Facebook has some restrictions around third-party apps on mobile and sharing. So depending on exactly what you're talking about, there can be sometimes some frustration using the keyboard on your phone. but that's not a boards thing. That is a Facebook restriction. Like, I don't know if you guys remember back like last year or the year before where they took like third-party apps. So like we couldn't go live on StreamYard anymore or different things like that on Facebook. And we had to figure out all these workarounds. It was all these Facebook restrictions. But that's where I use my Chrome extension. So I can just copy and paste to do posts. But when you're in Messenger and you're messaging people, you can do everything from your keyboard.
Okay, so again, is it Annie Schneider that just sent the tutorial on Samsung?
Yep.
Because I haven't been able to use boards. I pay for it. I pay my big annual fee. I don't use it at all because it doesn't work on my Samsung.
You gotta use it. Absolutely. Listen, it works on your Samsung. It works on Apple and Android. Both of the phones are different. So the problem is that so many people have Apple. So the demos you typically see are with an Apple and not an Android. But those tutorials will walk you through how to do anything on your Android. If it is different on an Android versus Apple, there is a specific tutorial that will show you how to do it on Android versus Apple.
Okay, thank you. So again, what a lot of links are coming up in the conversation here. What am I looking for that's going to give me the Android tutorial?
So it's the one that says tutorials, and then it has the link, and I'll share it one more time.
And the link ends in EW. Okay. The next question I have is, I know you can't be all things to everyone, but is there any CRM portion of boards that we can upload our prospects to so we can organize our prospects?
There is not at this time. The closest thing we have to like a CRM support would be the fact that you can use forms and it uploads onto the Google spreadsheet. And then from there, you're able to keep up with like your contacts. So whether it's your events, whether it's your, whether it's product samples, whether it's literally just sending someone, a product page and asking them to like, fill out the form, that's the closest thing we have at this time. But that is a request that we have heard several times. It's something we're looking into. It isn't something that I can promise we'll have anytime soon, but I can tell you, like, I'm a big advocate for it because I think, oh my God, that would be so amazing. If you guys had that and could do that, that would be like so cool. So.
Okay, great training, Bonnie. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody else?
I don't see any more hands, and I don't see more.
I have a question. I don't know
Yes.
how to raise my hand right quick. Sorry, my camera's not on. So when I try to share my board with someone, it always shows up error, 404 error. What am I doing wrong?
Well, I don't know without knowing like way more details. But I will say there is a Facebook group. I'm going to drop that in the chat too, because just recently I saw someone post about that they were getting a 404 like error message. And so I'm going to drop this Facebook group for our boards community into the chat as well. And you probably will get support there if you just search for that, but also always you can reach out to support. And they will know the questions to ask for you to be able to, to be able to support you to figure that out.
And Rebecca, I used that
Thank you.
Facebook support group before, and they were really fast at answering my questions and staying and plugged in and helping me through it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. And then I'll show you guys, for fun here, I'm going to show you tonight, I shared the link for everyone to enter to win. Let me share it one more time. So if you did not enter to win, I'm going to be giving away to 2 people a month of the board's business plan. And if you already have the business plan, you can gift it to someone on your team or, someone that does not. I linked it to my form on Google. This was a form on the page. And I linked it to Google. And so I want you guys to see that now look, I have all you guys right here, all right there. I have all that information. So
That's
how
powerful.
cool is that?
You talk about collecting an email list of clients so you could send out. That is powerful.
And based on the page that you sent them, not only do you have the list, but you know what these people are interested in, because they responded to a forum that was about Slenderize, or they, you know, like this was something you did a post, a call to action post on social media, and they responded. And so you sent them this page and they filled it out. So you can label it so you know that it was about that thing. So it helps you to really target, you know, who you're reaching out to about certain things for certain reasons. So you're being a lot, you know, a lot smarter with your time, right? Okay, so David, pick a number between 1 and 58 for our first winner.
37.
37. That is Lisa Williamson. Are you still on here, Lisa?
See if I see Lisa's name.
Lisa Williamson.
Okay.
There is
And-
a Lisa, but it doesn't have a last name.
Well, Lisa, I have your email, so I'll be reaching out. And Lisa is on the free plan. So you are going to get upgraded to Boards Business. You're going to get 1 month free so you can try it. So we'll be reaching out to you tomorrow to let you know how that works. So, all right, let's pick one more person, David.
All right. So another number.
Another number, one more number.
14.
14. Al Diaz Jr. You have the business plan, Al.
Right, I already have it, but it's great. Thank you very much.
Did you say you don't have it?
I do have it. I do have the business plan. I already paid for the whole year.
Amazing. Okay, so do you have someone, you don't have to know right this second, do you have someone you want to gift it to, or do you want us to draw for someone else?
I have somebody to give it to.
Perfect. So we're going to reach out to you tomorrow and ask for the details of who you want to gift it to.
Perfect. Thank you.
Amazing.
That was fun.
All right, guys. Okay, Ida, I see your hand up, and then I'm going to go wash my face and put my pajamas on.
Oh, well, you look good anyway. Question.
Yes,
Sometimes I do a lot of my posting, like my 9 to 3, and I choose which one I want, and I add it in my stories.
Mhm.
Can I still do that with my stories? If someone say, if they liked it or they looked at it, can I still send a page like you had the sheet that I know that? Okay, so how would I do that?
So if someone, you're saying like they comment, you put something in your stories and someone hearts it or comments on it or something like that, and you want to reach out to them, you have a system on how you reach out for that. So first of all, if that is not part of the system of growth for how you would reach out, then you want to have Boards Business so you can input your response, whatever that is. If it's a link you're sending, if it's, you know, a script that you're using, if it's, you know, a page that you want to create, so you have it in your board ready to send.
Okay.
And then when you go to text them and you pull up your keyboard on your phone, you are going to switch to your Boards keyboard, and it's going to be right there waiting for you to tap it and send it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So great training, Bonnie. We really appreciate your time. I know it's after your typical work
No, it's
hours,
fine.
and you took the time to help us, you know,
I love
expand
it.
our
I
knowledge
love
of
it.
y'all's wonderful app and how it would benefit us. So we are so humbled that you be here. We really appreciate it. So
I loved it. Thank you guys so much for having me and giving me such a warm welcome. I feel like I'm part of your team. I love it.
and
I feel
so
like part of our team too, Bonnie.
I love
almost,
it.
almost